MegaPodTastic.
Good morning, Mega Podlings. Krazy Joe here on a beautiful Sunday morning. I am back at Movie Tavern, and we're going to check out Lego Movie 2, the second part. Let's check this out. Here's the poster. Gotta say, the first one was a real surprise. The original Lego Movie just seemed like it was going to be a cheap commercial toy plug, but surprisingly it turned out to be a fantastic movie, one of the best movies of that year. Let's see if part 2 is every bit as awesome as the original. What's it going to be, Lego Movie 2? Are you going to be every bit as awesome, every bit as good as part 1? We're going to find out. Time to check over the menu. They keep changing the menus, so who knows what changes have been made since last time I was here. But I think I'm going to go with my old standard. The grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup. It is delicious. Let's talk about Lego Movie 2, the second part. Well, I got a call from Mr. Dave Perillo before I saw the movie. He went and saw it the day before with his son Sammy, and he told me that he thought it was better than the first one. My daughter thought it was equal to the first one. So I haven't heard many opinions on Lego Movie 2 from people I know, other than what my daughter thought and what Dave Perillo thought. So those are really the only two opinions I've gotten. And I don't even know what it got. I don't even know what the critics were saying about it. I didn't look up its Rotten Tomatoes score. So I really have no idea what other opinions on Lego Movie 2 are. I only know my own. And so far, mine is in contrast with a lot of the other opinions that I've heard. I think I enjoyed it. Number one, I enjoyed the movie. It had some good laughs. It had some good music. But it is not the sequel I wanted. I thought of the 4 Lego movies, and even though this is Lego Movie 2, it really, in a sense, is the 4th movie, because they did the Lego Batman movie after the Lego movie came the Lego Batman movie, and then the Lego Ninjago movie. So they were the second and third. I mean, they were standalone movies, but this is the 4th movie about Lego to come out in this franchise. And of the 4, it's probably my least favorite. It really is. It's probably my least favorite. And the reason is, again, it's a minority opinion from people I've spoken to. I don't know where I fall in the grand scheme of things. I really should check the Rotten Tomatoes score, see what critics are saying. It felt too similar to the first one to me. It felt like they hit a lot of the same beats, to the point of, and I don't want to give spoilers, but to the point where I saw certain things coming and was even asking myself, oh, I wonder who's going to play the blank role. And sure enough, we got there, and I'm like, I knew someone was going to play that role, because I could see this was playing out in the exact same fashion as the original. That's not to say it's without laughs. It does have its laughs. It's definitely worth seeing. I just feel like it felt like more of the same to me. Not crazy about this one. Not crazy about this. Now, Dave did say to me before I saw the movie, somehow they managed to come up with a song that was even more catchy and infectious than Everything Is Awesome. He's not wrong. When you go to this movie, there's a song, and I checked on the soundtrack, it's listed as Catchy Song. So there is a song called Catchy Song, and it is even more infectious than Everything Is Awesome. It's crazy. My daughter and I were singing it at the dinner table today. So what do I like about it? Well, I mean, it's still pretty clever. It's still got some good gags. It still is clever how they combine different Lego properties, Like, oh, well, here's some DC superheroes. They don't do as much of that this time around. Like last time it was like, hey, the DC superheroes are here, and now here's a Ninja Turtle, and here's Star Wars guys. There's not as much of that this time. But they still do a little bit of that, and it's clever how they combine things. Some of the stuff, especially the stuff in the second half, was a little weird. It was a little weird. We've kept it spoiler-free up till now. I'm going to say that we're going to finish off this review with spoilers. If you want to see spoilers, stick with us. I'm going to give you the countdown. We're getting spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Here come spoilers. Don't say I didn't warn you. If you don't want to know anything, you should stop watching now. Come back to us later after you've seen it, but here come the spoilers. First of all, the thing I was talking about where I was like, I wonder who's going to play the blank role. Okay, well, at the end of the first movie, Will Ferrell showed up as the father. Like, it was some kids playing with Lego in the basement, and he was the father. And they kept talking in this one. And I don't even think they were trying to be cryptic. I think they knew, well, you saw the first one, so you know where this is going. I think they just kind of basically kind of played into it. Like, well, you know where we're going with this. You saw the first one. So they just, didn't even try to be coy. But they keep talking about the our mom apocalypse. Our mom apocalypse. And it was their mother. Where it just is... in the Sistar system, it was his sister playing with him. But the mother comes in this one. In the whole movie, I kept waiting. Who's the mother going to be? Who's the mother going to be? It's going to be a celebrity, just like Phil Hartman was the father in the first one. And again, it's a Saturday Night Live cast member. It's Maya Rudolph. Maya Rudolph plays the live-action mother when Mom makes her appearance. And Will Ferrell actually reprises his role as the kid's father in voiceover only. He's not ever on screen, but he'll shout in from another room. You'll hear Will Ferrell's voice shouting, "Yeah, kids, listen to your mom." So he comes back in that capacity. The other thing that I thought was really, really weird about this was the first movie took place entirely in the Lego world. Like, it was kids playing with their Legos. But the Legos were toys. And what we were seeing was the kids playing with them. But there's a scene at the end of this one where seemingly a Lego piece comes to life. And I'm like, what's going on here? Where Emmett gets caught under the dryer, and he eventually learns to pick himself up and walk away and climb back onto the Lego table. But we don't see the kids playing with him as we did in the first one. In the first one, like, whenever we got into the real world, like, we saw everything animated from the Lego perspective, but when we would come into the real world, there were people present, and the people were playing with the Lego toys. And in this case, unlike the first one, we come into the real world, and we're not in animation territory anymore. We're looking at real Lego pieces, but we see the Lego pieces kind of will themselves to move. And I'm like, man, are we getting into like Child's Play territory here where the toys are coming to life? It felt very out of the rules of this universe as we've come to understand them. It didn't feel like the kids were playing with the toys now. It felt like the toys had, like Toy Story, had achieved some kind of self-awareness and had learned to move on their own. That seemed weird to me. Maybe I'm supposed to interpret it as the kid was playing with him and making him crawl out from under the dryer. But we only see the toy doing it himself. And it's shot in the real world style, not in the animated style. So it was bizarre. I thought it was bizarre. It really felt jarring, I thought. So there you go. That's what I thought. That was my take on Lego Movie 2, the second part. I wonder what the critic consensus is on this one. I'm really going to have to look into it. But, yeah, I say check it out. It's worth checking out. It's entertaining, especially if you got kids. Kids are going to want to see it. But even if you don't have kids, I think you'll be entertained. Just I would say lower the bar from what you've come to expect, especially with the first two, Lego Movie and Lego Batman Movie. Lego Movie and Lego Batman Movie, in my mind, are still the top tier on this particular franchise. So that's all. Keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas
with the plastic feet.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Tell everyone you meet.
Keep wearing those pajamas
With the back door flap.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Don't open, it's a trap.
Oh no,
It's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander Adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.